Hi everyone, you reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a quick video on Peter Thomas. Who is Peter Thomas? He is the ex-husband to Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now listen, Cynthia Bailey came to the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 3, 2010, and she stayed on it for, I'm going to say 11 years because she ended her last season on RHOA in 2021. Many may not remember, but when Cynthia came into the scene, she came into the scene on RHOA with Peter Thomas, okay? So Peter Thomas was on this show with Cynthia Bailey from 2010 to the demise of their relationship. I'm going to say about 2016, 2017. Now, while Peter Thomas was on RHOA, there was some behind the scenes stuff that was going on that we didn't quite know about. But now we got insight to it. Why? Because Peter, he's very opinionated and he has no problem still talking to whoever will listen about his time on RHOA. He recently did an interview with Carlos King, okay? And listen, hands down, we got to give it to Carlos King. He's not playing. He's getting these interviews with different people and getting and asking the questions and getting the answers that we all want to know, right? So when Peter spoke to Carlos King, and I'm going to paraphrase it a little bit, he pretty much said that Nene Leakes and his own wife, Cynthia Bailey, was very jealous of him in the screen time that he was getting when he was on RHOA. They felt that it was taken away from their screen time. They wanted him to shut his mouth. They wanted him to stay out of the ladies' business. They wanted him to kind of be seen and unheard. But if you know Peter, that's not Peter's personality. In addition to that, now we can understand why him and Nene always got into it. And unfortunately for Cynthia Bailey, she was in between a rock and a hard place. Here she has her husband, and listen, a wife should always stand by and be dedicated to their spouse. But then on the flip side, she had her best friend at the time, which she thought was Nene Leakes, to the point where they actually had a friendship contract that she had Nene sign, but Nene didn't really sign. But at least we know that in Cynthia's mind, the friendship contract existed. So she's in between this rock and a hard place because Nene is in Cynthia's ear saying, listen, tell your husband to stop it, knock it off, mind his business, stop trying to steal scenes from us. And then here Cynthia is with her husband, and Peter said pretty much that, listen, he has stuff he wanted to promote also. If he's going to be up on this screen and he's not going to just sit there and be mute, he's going to speak, he's going to say his piece, and he's going to get to promote his projects also. Now, here's the thing I don't like about Bravo, and I don't know if they have since changed this policy, but I know back in the heydays of RHOA, the men did not get paid from Bravo. The way that they would get money is if their significant other or their spouse kind of, I'm going to say, donated or gave part of their salary to their mate. But Bravo themselves did not enter a contract with the men and did not give the men any money. Maybe they have since changed that policy, but Peter himself said that he got a percentage of Cynthia Bailey's check, okay? Whatever Cynthia Bailey made, she would give Peter Thomas a percentage of that. So, and here's the thing. This was the demise of Cynthia and Nene's relationship. I mean, they was kind of having struggles before that, but the moment Nene Leakes called Peter Thomas a bitch, that kind of fractured the friendship, and you know, it parted the ways with Nene and Cynthia Bailey. But like I said, Peter Thomas being opinionated, to me, in my mind, Peter Thomas is like the number one husband out of all the different Real Housewives versions, whether it's Salt Lake City, Beverly Hills, or whatever, if Bravo were to do an award ceremony and they say who is the number one husband from any given franchise, if Peter Thomas doesn't win, he should become a very close second because he gave us reality TV. He was always in the midst of the ladies' business, so much so, like I said, that Nene Leakes ended up calling him a B. Now, in real life, do I think that any man should be in the midst of a female business? Absolutely not. But when you're doing reality TV, go ahead, get in the business, say what you got to say, get the crowd riled up so you can give us a show. Now, I will also add this. When RHOA was at its highest ratings, when it was giving us a really good show, it was when we had opinionated and mouthy men on the show, like Apollo, okay? Like Peter Thomas. And listen, Greg Leakes was not mouthy, but he will always give some inspirational tidbits to help kind of soothe the pains and the ills that was going on amongst the ladies. And that's when we got RHOA Gold ratings. Now that is just the ladies and we really don't have the men kind of coming in and throwing a little different flavor in it. We're not getting the same. We're not getting that authentic RHOA show. Now listen, in another interview, Peter also said this. And many people may not agree, but I kind of agree with him, right? He also said that Phaedra is the type of chick that will throw a rock and then hide her hands. And he was referencing the whole dungeon thing between Candy and Portia. He pretty much said that Phaedra put a battery pack in Portia, led her down a wicked, winding road, fed her information that was not true, that was false, and then tried to sit back and act like she had nothing to do with it at all. And that is why he said Phaedra, he doesn't like her because she starts mess. Now, many people said, listen, Portia is a grown woman. Portia got the information. She could have just kept that information and shut her mouth, but she chose to repeat it. So everything that happened to Portia, she got what she deserved. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you know what? Y'all can chat it with me in the comments and let me know what is your thought process on that. Now, to close this thing out, there's sprinklings in the air. There's rumors because now Cynthia Bailey, you know, she divorced Peter Thomas. She has now moved to LA with Mike Hill, her new husband, and they are rumors spreading around because someone interviewed Cynthia Bailey, like caught her and asked her a question, and she says joining the cast of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is not far-fetched, especially because she says she knows Garcelle and she also knows Cherie, okay, who is now on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So the question for the day is, do you think that Cynthia Bailey would be a good addition to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Do you think she would fit in? Do you think she would pump some more life into the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? And listen, at this point in time, we got to give it up to Beverly Hills because I think out of all of the franchises, a lot of them are struggling right now, but Beverly Hills is still rated at the top. I want to say they are number one. In addition, here's the next question. What do you think about Peter Thomas? Do you think he was correct in saying that Phaedra is the type of person that will throw a rock and then hide her hands? Also, do you think that the ladies, meaning Cynthia Bailey and his own, which was his own wife, and Nene Leakes, was jealous of him during his time period of being on RHOA, and the fact that they truly felt that Peter Thomas was getting in the business of the ladies too much, that he should have minded his business, and as a result of him getting into the business so much, he was stealing scenes away from Cynthia and Nene Leakes. Now, here's the thing that I'm going to close out. Do I think he was stealing scenes? Absolutely not. Nene Leakes got a lot of time, screen time when she was on RHOA, and so did Cynthia Bailey. And listen, have you ever been in a relationship where your significant other did not like your best friend? How did you handle that situation? Did you just, and what if this was like your best friend of 10, 15, 20 years? Did you just say, you know what? I got to side with my spouse, with my mate, and you stopped speaking, or you started speaking less to your best friend of all of these years? And did you think in the back of your mind when you stopped speaking to your best friend, what if there's a demise in my relationship? Then my best friend is no longer going to be there? Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. And I'm going to say this. Number one, hands down, Peter Thomas, like the number one husband from reality TV. Secondly, I'm going to say about Cynthia Belli joining the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Listen, Cynthia Belli is definitely a veteran to the Housewives franchise. And I think, you know what? Maybe she will fit in Beverly Hills. Why not? Thanks, guys, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.